We spoke about education there briefly, and again, you were saying I suppose it kind of helps unlock and it opens a few doors as well. Can you give us I suppose, a quick insight into your own journey through education? I suppose how did it change anything for you, or what way did it work for you?
Well, my own education journey, like I suppose there's ups and downs like every other story, but it wasn't really a positive one, if I'm going to be totally honest. There were such different times where basically I came out of education through primary and secondary school and not able to read and write, and it kind of, it was something that I always thought maybe was wrong with me or that I was stupid, but and no matter how many times I kind of look back and say, if I did this, I did that, it's just I wasn't academically gifted in with grammar or with reading or writing or with English, and in a way I probably acted out, but I was seen as a class clown. The teachers really didn't engage with me or maybe offer me their support, but and I've been called names. Like, I remember one situation where a teacher told me that I was never going to amount to anything, and that maybe the biggest thing that I could do was maybe be a chippy driver or work for a delivery company, so that kind of stuff happened a lot right up to my 6th year of school, right from primary school. No, there was a lot of good teachers as well there. There was a lot of positive teachers, a lot of people that helped me as well. But only for the youth services at the time in Fernery, when I got involved in the Fair project, that because we were at a certain age from a certain area, we were seen to be a menace to society. So we went to this youth group, and my mentor, I found the youth worker there became my mentor, supported me in a lot of issues, supported me inside academically, actually pushed me to go into education, and when I went on to 3rd level, when I did my community development BA, I only learned, as I said a while ago, I only learned how to read and write my first year in college, and that was down to technology that I never knew existed. When I read in long pages, I have a special colour to go over books, so it kind of catches my attention, because I've get my words mixed up and I kind of jump from sentence back and forth. I'm on the severe spectrum of dyslexia, so but that individual attention has been missed for a lot of students. There's a lot more young people now being diagnosed with ADHD, with autism, with learning difficulties, dyslexia and dyspraxia as well, and these issues are not being picked up, and what's happening is that they're putting the finger on these people's faces and just being told they're stupid, and that's going to have a huge impact on a person's mental health, how a person represents themselves, sees themselves, and how can we expect these people to go out and be what they can be in a world where they're being told they're stupid, or they're not fitting the norm of society, so that's basically how my education kind of went in. But since I went to 3rd level, when I went to the lecturers were fantastic. I had a running coach. He was my best friend. The access service there were fantastic. They gave me every support that I needed, whether it was financial support, whether it was social support. I kind of came out of myself a bit. I started socialising a lot more, interacting with a lot more people, and it was just 3rd level education was just, for such a bad experience in primary and secondary school, 3rd level education wasn't what I expected at all, because as you know, college is the big ends all and end all, and that it's for smart people, and but I met a lot like-minded people like myself, and I think it's got to do with the course that I did as well, and I got involved in a lot of issues that I never thought I got involved in. I was very narrow-minded as well, I suppose, going into college. I would never have thought that I'd be maybe pro-LGBTQI, for example. I was very maybe uneducated in the subject, and then my best friend, which is Mrs. Gay Cork, Stephanie Fogarty, kind of educated me on that and introduced me to her friends in our social circle, and kind of saying, and then when you just see people as a person rather than a sexual orientation or a skin colour, or for myself as a background, it makes a lot of sense, and then we did a lot of discussions in our class around social theory and social class, and I remember my lecturer coming in this first day in college, and she turned around, she says to me, politics and being politically active is very important, And I basically kind of laughed in my face, said, what has politicians ever done? And what will they ever do? And what will be politically active ever do for people? But when you actually engage with it and kind of actually take a step back and open your mind as such and kind of learn how to engage with people, I know that this system is really it's controlled at the moment by a Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael government, which is very right wing, it's very capitalist. That unfortunately it's only caring about the profits that the country is making rather than the individuals on the floor. And that's how I got into politics then, and that's why I want to get into politics, you know, and that's why I'm running the local elections, because there's a lot of people being left behind. There's a lot of people with their voice, regardless of how loudly they shout, they're just going to be missed, because again they come from a background where they've been told all their life they're stupid or they're not wanted in this community because it has a certain standard as such, which has been told them many times, whether you're from a travelling community, whether as again you have a different background, whether it's sexual orientation or skin colour. At the end of the day, like, we're all pink on the inside, and we're people. And Ireland is a place where diversity is celebrated, but if it's going to be celebrated nationally, we should have that diversity within our local communities, because that will truly reflect what Ireland's about, you know.
Absolutely, I suppose.